In this section, we're going to be talking a little bit about electronic file keeping. What I mean by electronic file keeping is how might you save your real estate paperwork files on the desktop of your computer. On my computer, I have a folder that's called Transactions. When we click into my Transactions folder, there are subfolders that I've named Active Transactions, Contract, Offers. I've got an other file. I have closed files, dead deals, which would mean maybe offers that you have written that never came to anything, or contracts that were canceled or anything like that, and then a listing folder. I also have a PDF of the links to SurveyMonkey that I will frequently use to upload paperwork up into SureClose. So if you were to look inside any of these folders, like contract, I have subfolders. Subfolders that are described by the address, and inside I keep all my paperwork. We're going to look at the offer that we had just written for the property on Crescent Way that I went through in zip form and DocuSign. So where we left off is the paperwork was signed and it came back to us completed. So there were two choices. There was this one choice where I could save all the paperwork by clicking on this link, and every PDF was in that file. I'm going to save it both ways so that you can see. If I click on that link, it's going to open up a new window, and it'll take a while because there's several documents, but what it's doing, it's opening up that file in a PDF format. So I'm just going to save this, and I'm going to look at my desktop, browse for my transactions folder, and I'm going to put this in offers because that's what it is right now. I'll create a new folder and name it. The best way to name it is something to do with the address. You can start with the number, you can start with the street name and then put the number afterwards, but you want to be consistent in the way that you name your folders. I'm going to name it just with the street address. And then when I double click on that, I'm going to put this file, which is all the paperwork in one file. I'm just going to click save. I don't mind the way that's named. That's one way that you could do it. Or you can go through and you can open up these individually and give it a name. So let's look first at the residential purchase contract. Again, if I click on that link, it's only going to open that one part of it. And I'm going to save this into the same folder, but I'm going to give it a name. Now, you probably wouldn't do this. This is a little redundant the way I'm doing it, but I want to show you both ways. This residential purchase contract is, in my opinion, not descriptive enough for you to find it easily. Or if by accident you save it in the wrong folder, how do you know which residential purchase contract it is? So perhaps you would follow up residential purchase contract with the address. That's one way to do it. Let's do it that way. And then I'm going to do that for all of my other paperwork, at least a few of them, until you get the hang of it. So I'll go back to the HOA, open that up, save it, same folder. I'm going to name it consistently. So I'll go behind it and put the address, or a portion of the address. Let's do one more as is addendum. That doesn't seem to be coming up. Let's try it again. Let's do short sale again. Okay, So you would proceed and you'd go through and save each of those paperwork pieces into that file. And then when you're done with this, you can X out of it and close. But I'm just going to X out of it. So now back in your transaction folder, under offers, you're going to see that subfolder, and inside is your paperwork. Now in that same folder you can save emails that have correspondence that have come back and forth, and save everything into the same electronic file on your desktop. That way, when you go to upload your paperwork in SureClose, you have all of your paperwork in a predictable place to easily upload it. The next thing that you're going to watch in this series of video presentations is how to use SureClose to upload your documents.